Hi, this is Thelma Witherspoon from World Focus, and we're shooting my program here right from the Recovery Centers of America at Lighthouse. We have a wonderful program for you today. We're going to be talking about green energy, and the person that I have here to talk to me about that and talk to us about that is Mr. Ed Ryan. He is the president, the owner of Green Life Energy Solutions. Hello, Ed.
Hello, Thelma. How are you?
All right. Thank you for being a part of my program on today. And just in case people don't know who you are, who's Ed Ryan?
Sure. Ed Ryan owns Green Life Energy Solutions, located in Egg Harbor Township. And our firm specializes in renewable energy and energy conservation services.
All right. Now, years ago, the Vice President, Al Gore, used to talk about global warming. I'm talking about 20, 30 years ago.
An undeniable truth, I think his book was.
An undeniable truth.
Yes.
You kind of look like him. But seriously,
Sure.
going forth, we're talking about our planet, our country, and how to preserve, our resources here in America. And a lot of people don't know about green energy. Why did you get involved in green energy, and what is green energy?
So early in my career, I worked in the insulation business, and that was a good foundation to set me up for my current career. However, it was through books like An Undeniable Truth by Al Gore and Thomas Friedman's Hot, Flat, and Crowded, and all the various climate accords that have taken place over the years, whether it be the Paris or Kyoto or I think Toronto. Just being a student of history and really learning what's going on and what we must do to help save this planet for future generations really has inspired me to be on this course that I'm on today.
And that's great. And there's a lot of information out there now on how to do that.
Sure is.
Green energy. What is green energy?
Well, to me, green energy is more than just producing clean energy. It's really about conserving energy. That's the best dollar spent, is the energy that you just don't use. So whether it's producing clean, renewable, sustainable energy, getting away from fossil fuels and polluting our environment and our marine environment with carbon-based pollution, conserving through energy efficiency work, and really helping save this planet for future generations.
Absolutely. And as I began to do a little research, you're more in depth than me. I realized that green energy was nature at its best. So when we talk about that, we're talking about sunlight, we're talking about rain, we're talking about the waves, we're talking about things of that nature, that the wind,
sure,
that helps us to conserve this energy, as opposed to the fossils that you were talking about, the gas, the oils that pollute.
I think what it's really about is living a sustainable lifestyle, and being able to incorporate sustainability in our recycling and what we throw away, and just living in a sustainable manner to be in balance with the planet and nature is going to be so important. We're already seeing droughts and weather created catastrophes all throughout the planet. There's in the future there's going to be even more significant battles for resources through the different nations, for water, for clean water, and having access to clean renewable energy. All these things are just going to be so vital going forward to not just America, but for the whole planet and human civilization.
Absolutely. I understand that Iceland is one of the countries that is 100% green energy. 100% green energy. And so most countries are somewhere within 50%. We're trying to catch up here in America.
Yeah, it's a shame. You see in Spain, for example, they're at 50% renewable energy. They really are doing a lot. I've been to Spain last year, and they have windmills everywhere. They are 50% of their power source mix is renewable energy. So many other countries are far ahead of us. New Jersey is almost at 5% renewable energy today. We have 100% goal by 2050. The America as a country, we're only at 2.5% non-fossil based fuel source. We've got a long way to go just to catch up. When has America ever been playing catch up to the world?
Right.
It's sad. We really need to do better.
Absolutely, because we're normally the leader.
We have been, throughout history, we had been industry leaders and on the cutting edge of technologies. This is one industry that we've fallen behind on, and we've got to get serious if we're going to catch up to the rest of the world.
Absolutely. So what are some of the advantages of green energy?
Well, besides the pollution factor, besides medically, asthma is a big, the source of asthma is coming from burning coal-fired generation plants.
Right.
There's many medical conditions that are caused by that. That would be one advantage. Living a sustainable lifestyle where you have a free, abundant source of infinite energy. Free.
Right.
You don't need to go work overtime and work weekends just to pay your energy bills when you could put solar panels or a windmill and live for free. You now have a better work-life, quality of life balance when you don't have to work so much to afford energy bills that are only going to escalate unless we use the abundance of the sun or wind.
So economically, it's an advantage.
Absolutely.
So you save financially on your electric or your gas when you're using the green energy, which basically is natural energy.
Correct.
With equipment.
Sure. Going forward, our homes will be integrated with more technology for conservation first, renewable, clean energy second. Right now we're using spray foam insulation, which is a super insulation. There's ways to build homes today that building codes haven't quite kept up with yet. California's on the cutting edge, and they're doing a lot, but nowhere's near where Europe and the rest of the world is as far as implementing building codes that will first conserve energy and then have a renewable source. Like I said, we could use technologies like geothermal, which pulls the water out of the ground and heats and cools our home through an open loop water system that's powered by solar panels. I've done several homes where this technology is here, available today, and very possible.
Wow, that's fantastic.
No home I've lived in has an energy bill in the last 10 years.
Really?
That's correct.
Because it's been all green energy.
I've retrofitted the homes.
The entire home?
The entire home. I've retrofitted them to have no energy bills. And in fact, through the various New Jersey state programs, through the New Jersey Clean Energy Program, they've incentivized me. I've actually turned a profit. I get money back to make my home sustainable and green.
I understand that the governor is really for this too. Governor Murphy, he signed a bill for solar power, for people to be able to get these type of things.
Governor Murphy has been a breath of fresh air for our industry, for the citizens of New Jersey, with his initiatives, forward-thinking initiatives for our industry. He's put back into the budget a lot of money that was taken away by the other parties' governors that were in power before him.
Right. So he's on the cutting edge as well when it comes to green energy.
I would say he's one of the most forward-thinking governors in the country today, with understanding that pollution and the way we've done things can't be done going forward.
Absolutely. Well, you're listening to World Focus with Dr. Thelma Witherspoon. We'll be right back. Welcome back to World Focus with Dr. Thelma Witherspoon with my guest, Mr. Ed Ryan. He is the owner and president, Green Life Energy Solutions.
Thank you.
All right. So we were talking about the country and where we were as a nation.
Sure.
There are some things that are available if people are listening to the initiatives for green energy. Can you expound on that?
Sure. I can speak in New Jersey.
That's good.
The programs are pretty robust. New Jersey is an industry leader in the country today, offering a suite of services across low, mid, and no different income levels. The New Jersey Clean Energy Program, you can go to njcleanenergy.com to see what you qualify for. I think there's a little something for everybody. It's on the bottom of your utility bill. There's a little fee everybody pays, $1 or $2 every month, to something called SBC. Most people don't know what that means, but they just pay it anyway.
Right.
SBC stands for Societal Benefit Charge.
Oh.
They pull together $40 million a year, $1 or $2 at a time, and they fund the low-income weatherization program, the New Jersey Comfort Partners.
Wow.
A family of 4 can make up to $65,000 a year and qualify for completely free weatherization services. That would include a free energy audit, where we come in with diagnostic equipment, test your home, and determine a scope of work that we can do to make your home more energy efficient, better indoor air quality, as we can remove mold and asbestos. And what we find is people that qualify for this specific program, they really have less disposable income, like maybe some more fortunate families.
Right.
Their homes are usually less better maintained than others. These are the homes that will have the indoor air quality problems. They're energy hogs. They have outdated equipment that is on its last leg and that probably hasn't been maintained up to today's standards like other homes. So going into the low-income family's home, doing the energy audit first,
Right.
then writing a scope of work within the program. The average job is about $10,000 of free work.
Wow.
Paid for by the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities and each one of your respective utility companies in your area.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
This program has been continuously in operation since 1996, and we've served over 120,000 homes since then in this program.
So basically you go on to
njcleanenergy.com, where you'll be able to then click the residential tab, and you'll be able to see the various programs you qualify. The one I just mentioned is the New Jersey Comfort Partners program.
And that deals with the weatherization, making sure that your insulation is good, the air quality is good.
So we can replace your insulation, we can air seal the home, replace refrigerators, light bulbs with LEDs, air conditioning, heating. So many more services we can go in and make a real difference. Our typical goal is about 30% energy savings on every home.
Wow. So that's a lot of information here. And a lot of people could really benefit. What has you've served over, or let me say over 100,000 people have been served already. I know in Atlantic County alone we have 250,000. So in New Jersey, I know it's several million people.
Right. So for this program, we haven't really scratched the surface of those homes in need of these services. There's a long way to go. That's just the one program. There is the mid-income programs where we basically do the same services, but we can offer up to $7,000 per home. And South Jersey Gas and Elizabethtown Gas are offering those programs at the mid-income level.
Wow.
Family of 4 can make up to $103,000 a year and still qualify for these free services.
Wow. And that's separate from the solar panels.
Sure. Yes, that's basically a conservation program.
A conservation.
Let's save the best dollar spent is the energy conserved. Is the dollars conserved? So going in and conserving the energy is our first step. Then adding a clean, renewable energy source like solar panels would be the final step in our what we would call the sustainability theme or package.
Now, a lot of people say, well, I want to get to solar panels because, I want to conserve my energy. But I understand that there's been so many people who wanted it that Atlantic Electric can't keep up.
Wow.
With the grid.
That's true. The grid is in need of a modernization, retrofit itself. And technology is happening at such a fast pace that the grid just has not been able to keep pace with it. That is true. And certain areas cannot handle any electricity being produced fed back in to the grid. It was built and designed for a one-way transmission instead of two-way, which now we're seeing an influx of through the solar panels.
So what is the answer for that? That people are trying to
conserve,
the energy. They want to be a part of that to save and
sure. Well,
clean energy.
There are so many new and exciting opportunities to participate in solar, more than just put them on your house. For example, the New Jersey Clean Energy Program just launched what's called a community solar program, where we are looking to participate in that program. We can do a solar farm off-site in a area that has more rural area.
Right, like Buna.
Yeah, like Buna, Hamilton. Right, so many areas.
City.
And then we can be the third-party provider and sell the clean energy, solar energy to a family in Atlantic City and reduce their rates, and they know that they're buying 100% clean, renewable solar energy at a reduced rate, and that's offered through your electric company and the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities.
Wow.
That's just one of many programs. A similar program exists for municipal government buildings, where once again, that's called the Solar Remote Net Metering Program, where we will produce solar energy off-site in a rural area and be the power provider for the municipality.
In an urban area. In
an urban area, correct.
Wow.
Yes. So
that's huge.
We're being very creative, and sky's the limit in our creative offering. We really need all hands on deck. We need every creative young mind who wants to be involved. There's so much work opportunity in this field. I would say if you're a young person coming out of high school or college and you want an exciting field with unlimited opportunities for someone who has good work ethic and intelligence, there's a lot of runway here for takeoff.
Really?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
So green energy is the way to go.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking for a good industry for work that's not going to be made obsolete in the near future, this is a good industry to be in. You're going to have a long career here in this field.
Well, when you start talking about the hydro, geothermal, that's really technical. You don't really think about that. You don't really think about geothermal. Well, I wasn't thinking about geothermal.
Sure.
I wasn't thinking about that.
Here's the thing. Like with all great technologies, it's usually not the standalone technology that is the real winner. It's usually when you can incorporate multiple technologies together, and the compounding effect of those technologies working in unison together is what really will drive and add the most value.
So you have to diversify the entire energy part.
By using, like I said, the geothermal energy for heating and cooling, powered by the solar panels, conserved by the spray foam insulation. All of these systems integrated, working together, is what's going to make a sustainable home possible. And this type of thinking is what's going to carry us in the future for things we haven't even thought of yet. It's coming.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people think it's just solar only.
Sure.
And it's not. It's the gas. It's multiple things. It's a multifaceted.
It's unfortunate that people who have been stuck in old ways of thinking have kind of jumped into our industry. And I don't mean to be negative on anybody. People are always looking to monetize everything. It's capitalism. It's the way of the world.
the way of America.
Yeah. However, they put the cart before the horse so often, and they make it messy, unfortunately. For example, most solar companies, they just want to come in and slap on the biggest solar system they can on your house because they get paid by how big the system is.
Correct.
If they were paid by how much energy or how much money they saved you, you can be sure they'd be looking for different solutions. To a man with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So we need to think differently, and our hammers and nails need to be a little different going forward.
Well, that's the reason why I really wanted to do this program, Ed, because a lot of people, they don't know. They hear, if I get solar, I'm going to save energy. If I get, and they go out and they don't do the proper research and say, only in a few cases where people say that they didn't save a dime, the bills went up.
It's sad but true. I've heard this story, I can't tell you how many times, and it's very frustrating for me because the intention, there's a term called greenwashing, where people speak about green and in the end they're really not. Or
Right.
in the end, it was almost like a bait and switch, and it makes regular folks, frustrated with the thought of being green when they've been taken for a ride, or somebody overpromised something and underdelivered.
Right.
There's a lot of I don't want to use the word ignorance, but just a lot of disinformation
Right.
out there, and that's why your program today excited me when I had the opportunity to come on. We need more information and education.
Right. So people who are listening to this program today, green energy is the way to go. I really believe that. I wasn't always there, with my age. Well, I'm not that old. However, growing up the way I did, it was gas, regular electric. I really didn't want to change from my regular utility company, just only because I was just used to them.
Sure.
But now you have a choice.
Sure.
And so you have to do your homework and find out what's best for you as an individual. So just because someone is coming out saying, if you get solar powers, you're going to save a lot of money, you have to check into it. We don't want it just to be a bait and switch.
Absolutely. Well, I couldn't agree with you more. I would personally recommend, waiting and maybe getting a recommendation from somebody that who's done it, and see how they feel a year later.
Right.
I forget the old saying, but what is it? Pioneers get arrows and settlers, enjoy the farm or whatever. So, I mean, early people who are early in, I think it's just important to really, really do your research and homework and get good references. So often this industry is loaded with salespeople,
Right.
for lack of a better word, who are being pushy, who are on to the next big thing. Back in the 60s, it was the aluminum siding salesman.
Right.
Every generation has their pushy salesman who's on to the next product. That's not fair for this industry to
Right.
be monetized by pushy salespeople who are just looking for a quick buck. This is important. This is important for future generations and my grandchildren and their children. We need to do a better job.
Absolutely. Now, the audit, I know when they come into the home, they do an audit.
Yes.
Is there an audit for the solar panels itself, or is that?
So we do a feasibility assessment where we analyze your energy bills, determine what your usage is today. We will look at a feasibility study, such as the orientation of your home, what kind of condition your roof is in. There's many deciding factors that go into the decision prior to seeing if your home is a candidate for solar panels. But yes, it's important to really do our homework and make sure that it's a good fit. Not every round peg will fit in a square hole. So.
Absolutely. You have so many wonderful stories. I didn't know if you grew up on a farm or not.
I did, actually. Yes, I did.
Okay, I can kind of tell that by the stories that you were, the
analogies that I use. Sure.
The analogies that were used, but that's nothing wrong with that. That's great.
Right. Well, we try to get the visual across for people when explaining things. I think as a visual person myself, it helps when you can express yourself through visual. opportunities. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, you're listening to World Focus with Dr. Thelma Witherspoon. Keep it. We'll be right back.
So many pieces all back together now. What's your vision?
This is World Focus with Dr. Thelma Witherspoon and my guest here, Mr. Ed Ryan, owner and president of Green Life Energy Solutions.
There you go, yes.
And we've been talking about green energy and how to conserve, how to save, and where we should be as a country and a community. And there are a lot of things that are available, and I thought this was a good topic to really talk about. Now, I wanted to ask you, Ed, if a person, do they have to own to benefit from green energy?
Sure. In New Jersey, the New Jersey Clean Energy Program offers a suite of services, and you can rent or own your home and still participate in these programs.
Really?
Absolutely, yes.
Do they have to get permission, or they can just
Yes,
set it up?
If you're a renter, you'll need to get your landlord to approve that we do the work in your home. And if you own your own home, you can approve us to come in and work in your home. But yes.
There's a lot of commercial green energy projects I've seen going around. I know Atlantic Cape Community College done something years ago. Stockton, the Lang City Post Office. You know, when you go out and you're in the parking lot, you know it's green energy, but I don't really know the technical term for the parking lot.
Sure. So I think you're referring to a solar carport.
Yes, that's
where
it.
You'll see a structure built in a parking lot that is a canopy, if you will, over parking lots, which is a great dual use of an area of tree. If you're going to clear trees out, at least have dual use, more than the single use for an area. Another technology that's come online recently, we're using floating docks, if you will, where we can put solar panels on the floating dock and put them in retainage basins. So you might be familiar with every parking lot. Whenever they clear and pave a parking lot, they have to have for that water to drain somewhere, and it collects in the retainage basin. Well, now
Really?
we can multi-use that space, not just for water collection, but for solar energy production through solar panels in that same space.
Really?
Yeah. It's amazing, a lot of the new technologies that are coming online, and what's going to come online in the future is even more exciting. Commercial buildings offer a great opportunity because they're so big. At my office, for example, we have a 175 kW system that produces about $5,000 a month in electricity, which is more than even my needs or usages. That's why we're also installing electric car chargers so that we can charge the public at a reduced rate the energy that we produce from the solar panels.
Wow.
Electric vehicles are really coming on strong. We're seeing an adaptation of that technology where it's going to make the combustion engine obsolete the same way that the combustion engine made the horse and buggy go away.
I know. I see that now. Now that part of technology, I'm not comfortable with. But I do
Really?
know. Yeah. I just, imagine if I was going a long distance, I fly a lot. But if I was to drive, how long would the energy last in the electric car?
Well, we're in the early stages of the technology. So just like in 1905, the first car that came online is nothing like in 2020, the car today.
That's true.
So the electric vehicle in the next 20, 30, 40 years is going to be much different than the electric vehicles today. However, I can tell you, my Tesla is pretty cool.
Really?
It drives itself.
You have one?
Parallel parks itself.
Really?
And I get almost 320 miles on a single charge.
On a single charge.
Which I power through my solar panels.
Well, I do see as I travel stations where people can charge their cars.
And this is the early innings. This is the very beginning of the rapid adaptation of this technology, where you'll see a lot more charging stations being built. The network is rapidly deploying.
Now, so that cuts down on the pollution and all. all of that?
Well, that's the thing is, we have to really evaluate our energy mix, and having the vehicles, I think if I read somewhere that transportation congregates to a total of 22% of our total pollution.
Oh.
So if we can eliminate, the aggregate of the vehicles for transportation, the buses, cars, eliminate that as a dirty producer of carbon fuels, get rid of the energy produced in our homes, and we can really make a difference to living in a sustainable lifestyle, and transportation is a big part of that.
I know in some parts of New Jersey it was stated that a lot of the residents were getting cancer
From
the air, from not from the solar, but from unclean air.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that it was proven, but they kind of talked about it a little bit. Near the nuclear.
Well, here's the thing. The jet stream travels from west to east. All of the fossil-based production plants that are coal generated and gas generated, they're west of us. When they burn and they emit their toxic emissions, it comes our way. Oh. So when it rains, it's raining. When the clouds formulated and the rain happens, that's coming down on us. We're breathing the air from the power plants that are coal-fired power plants. We had, was it Cleveland? We had the lead in the water not that long ago. Michigan. Yeah. What part of this don't people understand? That we're polluting ourselves. We're poisoning our children in the air, in the water, in our land, and it doesn't have to be.
Right.
We can make a difference. We can change, and we got to change. We can't keep doing the same thing, expecting different results.
That's insanity.
Thank you.
That is definitely insanity. So I do agree with that. I do agree. It's just changing the mindset. And I think educating people on green energy and the benefits. Now, we talked about the advantages. What are the disadvantages of people who may want to try green energy?
Well, we did touch on that a little bit. Not everybody's a candidate for solar, let's say. Maybe their roof is in disrepair. Maybe their home has too many trees around it. But there may be other opportunities to take advantage through the other programs that are out there. I wanted to circle back and just touch on a topic that we briefly were talking about.
Sure.
A program that we're offering that is not unique, but the way that we're doing it is very unique. For our commercial customers and some residential customers, we're offering a power purchase agreement where my firm comes in, puts the solar panels on your commercial building at no charge to the business owner, and we become your power company, providing you clean, renewable energy through our solar production, and we will charge you approximately half the rate that the power company currently charges you.
And you would do a feasibility study to know?
We would have to do a feasibility study, make sure your roof is a candidate for the solar panels, your orientation is correct, analyze your utility bills, see if your infrastructure and your electric can handle it. Your meter may have to be changed. But here's another opportunity for us to make a difference. Come in at no money down, put our panels on, and we become your power company at about half the rate from what you're paying today.
I believe you. Most people say if it's too good to be true, then it's too good.
I had the Better Business Bureau would not allow me to be a part of their website.
Really? Because
they said it was too good to be true. We don't believe you. And I said, well, here's the energy bills from a home that I've done. Here's proof. And they just wouldn't believe it. And so we're stuck in that mindset where You're right. If something sounds too good to be true, people have a hard time. And in the New Jersey Comfort Partners program, it's free. And people sometimes think that we're going to sell them something. We're going to bait and switch.
Right.
No, we're really going to provide these services at no cost to you, except maybe an investment of your time. That is what you will have to invest in is your time. But no money will ever trade hands in these programs that I'm mentioning.
And so if people wanted to find out more information on this, you gave them a website earlier. They could also call your company.
Sure. We can be reached at 609-407-6900 or our website, www.greenlifeisgood.com.
greenlifeisgood.com.
Yes.
And you will let them know based on the audit or feasibility studies if they qualify.
We could determine which program might be a good fit for them. Whether it's the low-income program or the mid-income. There are other programs that are not income-based that still will help incentivize your home to participate in the Clean Energies programs. Another program is Home Performance with Energy Star. We don't participate in that program. However, there are hundreds of contractors in New Jersey that you can find on that website that are BPI certified and participate in the state's home performance program.
I looked you up and I know you are certified.
Oh, yes. The Building Performance Institute is our certifying agency that we get continuing education credits every year. We have a whole bunch of different certification levels to make us building scientists and allows us to really bring the technology and the knowledge to bear to retrofit these homes in a very high quality way.
I hope that you have benefited from this information today, talking about green energy from Mr. Ed Ryan from Green Life Energy Solutions. And what would you leave with my listening audience on World Focus?
I would say, get involved, participate, whether it be a beach cleanup or the Atlantic County Utilities Authority just had an Earth Day.
Right.
There's Earth Days all over. Just be involved. Maybe get your head out of playing a game on a phone and get back to community, get back to giving back and seeing just what you can do to add value to society and to your neighbor.
Absolutely. And if you are listening to me and you're not from New Jersey, you can go to EPA.gov and look for something in your state that could help you with green energy. Thank you so much for listening to World Focus with Dr. Thelma Witherspoon.
We mix our culture with the kingdom.
Yeah, man. It's that new summertime anthem right here. This how we do for the kingdom.
Now we must swag down, boss down, let a minute get the devil out.
Start this nonsense. Let's go.
We mix our culture with the kingdom. 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 Mix it. Mix it. Mix it. Mix it. We mix our culture with the kingdom. We mix our culture with the kingdom.
Yeah, made new, done with the old. I'm a walking lyrical scroll. No manuscript, this a godly script. I see she kill my... So many pieces all back together now. What's your vision?